Chat. Hello. It is I. Here for more, filler. Since we can't really play like a, good game until we get to 60. So we have this game. We got another one, tomorrow. Well, I don't know how long this game is. I usually like to go into these basically blind. So I don't know how long the game is. So this is possible this bleeds into tomorrow. I'm not 100% sure though. That is still up in the air. It's a licensed tie-in game. Or a movie tie, yeah, I mean a movie tie-in game. Licensed tie-in, it's under that, banner. So I don't fully know how long it's going to be, because I've never seen the movie. Like, at least for, like, Shark Tale and stuff, and, the SpongeBob movie video game when we get to that, and, Bad Guys, or Bad Boys. I have a general idea of how long it is, because I've seen the movies. I didn't know this was a movie until I, brought these back from my birthday, adventure. And my mom was like, oh, that was a movie back in the day. I didn't even know. Did not even know. It's a free roam? Bonus content? Options? The options? Is it audio and video? When did this game come out? 2003? It's a lot of options for a game from 2003. This doesn't happen very often. Normal features, sure. Player one, yeah. Sure. Oh, okay. No, I can't see. I was going to say, can I see how many missions there are? No. Jesus, look at the size of this dude. My lord. Oh, good. I don't have to read. He said the movie line. He said the name of the movie, Chad. Oh, is this whole game? Oh. Do we just have that red dot to go off of? Is that all we got here? It's controlled... Can I zoom? Oh, there we go. Oh, no, yeah. I mean, that's a bit better. Now I feel about the map that it's just like, hey, bozo, here's a red dot, follow it. Also controls, it's very reactive, I guess. It's like super sensitive. So I'm just gonna blame that for how bad my driving is. Man, they did it with fucking a tenth of a second. There we go. So, is what I'm understanding what this game is, at least for now. I maybe will get more into it, but as of right now, it's just point A to point B with a time limit. Which, I mean, whatever. It'll probably get brutally hard. There we go. I like how all these cutscenes are just like the cars, and you kind of just, assume they're talking. I always hate that my bit rate is like red, but it always says stable, or not. It always says unstable, but then if you like click on it to check it with the actual plugin, it just says stable. I don't know. Can I get a better zoom out on the car? Far chase. You sure? What is this menu? It's very strange. Look at that dude. He's huge. Mein Gott. Retrieve the fake IDs. Yeah, I don't know how to say this, but it doesn't feel like amazing to drive. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Like, it's not bad, but it I don't know. It's not great either. Time to try them out at the rental office. Really? You're telling me you can't go fast enough to break that? That seems a bit stinky. Can we, hello? Oh, there it is. I'm assuming it's not as easy as us just finding the guy, killing him, and getting the gold. Get back to the warehouse. What, oh. You know, that makes sense. I was gonna ask what do the blues mean? Makes sense. I mean, for people that like racing games, I can see this being something people would enjoy. Where is this? Hey, fuck off. I get. Oh, nope, it does put you all the way at the beginning. Oh, it's one of these games, huh? I mean, I should have expected it. It is, you know, early 2000s. Checkpoints in video games, I feel like, didn't really start being a super common thing until maybe like 2006, 5, 6. I feel like before then, I mean, it was pretty common to not have checkpoints. Rude. Okay. Back we go. Excuse me. Ooh. Sometimes handsome Reb. Fuck's sake. Do wonder how big this map is. Like, I'm assuming it, oh, we fucked it. No, maybe we're fine. Yeah, we're good. Okay. I'm amazed that that didn't count as being captured there. Can you fuck off? Thank you. Thank you for the push, Mr. Officer. The 10th of a second to go. Then we lose all of our points from the traffic collisions and the damage sustained. Yeah, great. Do we ever get anything higher than a C? I doubt it. Just feeling like we're just gonna ride the C train. Mini Coopers, really? Where are we? Are we like in a swimming pool? There we go. Yeah, I don't know. Just having a little red dot feels a bit eh. I guess for some people that don't, you know, enjoy not being super handholdy, I get it. But I'd rather have a bit more knowing of like where I'm going. Like so far I've been fine, but I feel like it's going to become a problem eventually. This does not look like the right way. Meant to do that. It's above. Damn it. Yeah. Yeah. I think the only really bad part about this game that I've found so far is the no checkpoints. Which, I mean, again, it's just like a skill issue, right? If you're good at the game, it's not a problem. It's also weird there's no, like, I feel like a lot of these games have, like, a little dial in the corner to show you how fast you're going, which is also missing. Which, I mean, it's not, you know, not needed, per se. But it just does feel, a little weird. Feels a little weird. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Excuse me. Now we know this is above ground, we can be a bit more conscientious. There we go. I gotta beat him? Uh-oh. I don't know how well that's gonna go. Where does this go? Not where I needed to go. This was real bad. I'd like to think that, oh, it's just a side mission to beat him there. I think that's not the case. Yeah. Didn't think so. This might be one of those games we just don't fully beat. Because just another one of those kind of games that I really am not great at, which is racing games. But it's only been like 20 minutes. Can't judge it too hard, too much yet. Who knows, maybe I'll end up liking this game. I mean, it's a bold claim, but you never know. Could happen. Could happen. I was supposed to stream yesterday, but it ended up going to my dad's house for like my birthday dinner. My birthday was last week, but he was out of town. So I had birthday dinner last night at his house. It's always really nice seeing him and my stepmom. And then he got me another Hawaiian shirt for my birthday, which was very nice of him. It wasn't. It was a brand new one too. It wasn't a hand-me-down. Which, I mean, I honestly, I don't know. I can't decide if I like the hand-me-downs more or like new ones more, because like I enjoy. What was I saying? I enjoy the new ones, but there's a level of like having ones that my dad has worn for like 20 years that just feel really special to me. So it's hard to say which I like more, honestly. Am I going the right way? Maybe. Wonder if they're like, people watch the movies, so therefore they don't need a map because they should know exactly where everything is by having a map of the movie in their head. Do not. Okay, he was right on my ass. If he swerved in right before me, I was gonna be so mad. Bono. Bono. We're at a B right now, but now this is where we lose the B. Yeah. Yeah. We had a B for a second. It was cool to see. It was a nice B to have for a half a second. This is definitely one of the games that I delete from my memory card to keep room, because I do not need to keep this on my thing, on my memory card. Collect the surveillance truck. Gotta do some more uploading tonight because my backlog of stuff I need to upload to YouTube is getting large enough now to where it's causing not like computer memory problem, but it's like there's enough stuff that I don't like being this full on memory on my computer. Not a fan of it. Not sure what kind of distance they want. This is working so far. Also, like, why kill the people you've done all these, like, heists with, I wonder? Like, it feels strange. Because the amount of gold bullion that was in that safe that they got, I mean, if you just invested it properly, you could live any kind of lifestyle you wanted. Seems strange. I don't know. Maybe he wasn't much of a, maybe he wasn't much of a friendship guy. Maybe that's his issue. Wasn't a big friendship fellow. Okay. Where are you going, little fellow? Where you going, little fellow? Hmm. Secretly glad he's not driving like a madman that would normally drive like a madman in his fucking fancy sports car. His big fancy mansion. Yeah, I don't. Again, I want to look up how long this game is because I mean, is there more once we get the gold, or is that the end of the game? There's got to be more, right? There's 15 missions. It looks like it says 15. How many have we done? Four? It's the fifth one? I think this is the fifth one. Fifth or sixth. The cops seem pretty mad. Oh my god. This controls very... I don't know why this feels like it controls much worse than the van. Maybe the fact that it controls better, and that's my issue. Hello, wolves. Just in time for another Walrus Archive filler episode. Another fucking filler episode. It's a lot of these. It's almost as many as Dragon Ball. Ugh. But I know in the future I'm going to thank myself so much when I, when I eventually, like, get into the hundreds and I have a bunch of, like, good games left to play. I'll be thanking myself a lot more. This one control... Why do they all control differently? Very strange to me. What have you been streaming lately, Wolves, by the way, if you're still around? Anything fun? I know you're doing Mario Party the other day. Doing Pokemon Infinite Fusion again. So is this your, as I'm assuming you're saying again, is this your, like, your third playthrough or second playthrough or something? And how's that going? Do we keep the bee this time? I feel like I didn't hit that much stuff, you know? Nope, apparently I didn't. So I'm saying I do not think throughout this whole game we will get a higher grade than a C. Same blue through, just working on all the legends, a lot of fun, giving everyone their own fusions, a lot of fun. Ads. Yeah. Is that Jason Statham? Was he in this game or this movie? Was Jason Statham the bad guy in this movie? Yeah, it's always hard for me to play Pokemon ROMs. I don't know. I wish I played more of them, but I know at some point coming up, Somer and I are going to do a Soul Link and randomized Soul Link in Pokemon Emerald or Pokemon Platinum, which I think could be very fun. And where's this cable then? Oh, it's right there. I'm not making it. No. Which could be fun. Probably do like a Soul Link Light just so that, you know, inevitably when we do lose Pokemon, we can go back to that route and like get another Pokemon. So that way we never run out of Pokemon, so we never technically can fail. Because wiping and having to restart the whole playthrough just doesn't, interest me. Like, I already have enough monotony to do with games like this. I don't need even more monotony. Great. We have the police on us in a cable van. Lovely. I'm glad this mythical warehouse the cops just can't find. It's very helpful. I'm going completely the wrong way here. Yeah, and there's no... Is there any way to get down? Excuse me. My brother. Yeah, we're out of time. I went the wrong way. Yeah, again, only complaint I have is there's no checkpoints between these, like, racing sections here. Like, I do not want to have to redo, like, because I already passed this. I don't want to have to do this part again. I just want to go back to the minivan part. I don't know. IDK. It's just a slight annoyance I have that was a part of the time era, especially for a game that's, you know, on the shorter end like this one. They kind of had to pad it out by, you know, making you have to replay more of it if you failed, or else this game would have just been comically short. I mean, a lot of these, that was... time period also made games like that fine, just because, you know, Blockbuster was a thing, right? So they more or less expected you to, like, rent a game for the weekend, and then, you know, yeah, at the end of the weekend you bring it back on Monday. So not every game had to be this, you know, comically matte. Not every game had to be this comically massive masterpiece, because, I mean, you couldn't... Not every game could... People wanted to be able to finish the game they got during the weekend when, you know, they had Blockbuster. Oh, my lord. What a great time Blockbuster was. I still have a couple of games in Blockbuster cases that I don't count for the total for, like, my GameCube collection, because I want the, you know, the boxes and everything. Handsome Rob. That one just despawned. Excuse me, police officers. So you want to go down this way here. Why did it do that? This fucking game. Yeah, for how long I feel like it's going to take me on some of these missions. This might get split into a 2-day game. There's only 15 missions, but I feel like I'm going to run into the same problem as Rainbow Six 3, where a couple of missions just take me forever. Because if I had the energy to do a 4-hour stream tonight, then I could probably finish it, but I don't think I have it in me to do a 4-hour stream. Okay, so then who's the villain? Because I saw Jason Statham in one of the cutscenes, and I was like, is that young Jason Statham? Okay, that makes sense that he's Handsome Rob. Makes sense. Any other notable, since you're fucking... For some reason, you know every actor in every movie. You don't know their names of the characters, but you know the actors. I also, fun fact, didn't know this was a movie until I brought it home, and I was showing the games to my mom. Mark Wahlberg was in this movie, really? That's crazy. Whoops. Yeah, this is one of those games where I was like, never would have known this was a movie if my mom didn't tell me. I mean, I'm not stupid. I probably would have figured it out as soon as, like, I've seen, like, Jason Statham and stuff in the cutscenes. Like, I would have figured it out, but, you know. Does it say on the front? Oh, yeah, it does. It does just say based on a 2003 blockbuster. Man, he hit on the cable lady and what guys went on a date, and then we're gonna go in there and bust up the gold. Was a website for this game, ItalianJobGame.com. I'm gonna have to check if that's still around. I'm gonna have to go to the Wayback Machine. Damn it. I was like, are we actually gonna get something above a C for once? No. I don't know. Mission 5, maybe 6? Sedmo? No, that's not Mark Wahlberg, is it? Maybe. Seth Green was in it. Man, there was a lot of big names in this movie. There's a lot of names in this movie. To be fair, it sounded like it was pretty okay. My parents seemed fond of it when they were telling me that, talking about when I brought this game home. And I mean, I'd like to say, oh wow, but well, video game. Ferosa, Jesus, they had a lot of people. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. Like, I mean, I don't know. There's a part of me wants to say like, oh, it got a video game. It had to have been like a good movie. But also, this was the time period where every single thing got a movie. Where is this? Like everything had a movie. It was the warehouse, and I just fucked the yeah. Hang on. Every movie that was semi-successful had to have a game out by Christmas, which, mind you, this is an interesting game to have released. I feel like the GameCube was not the intended target. Like, this feels much more like a PS2 game than a GameCube game. I don't know, this just like reeks of PS2 to me. Do I keep going the wrong way? Yeah, what am I doing? Try going around this way, maybe. Yeah, I don't like that if you fail, you have to restart, which is annoying. Like, the whole mission you have to restart, even if you're, like, on the final part of the mission. And then I also don't like that everything's timed, and that there's no, like, real indicator of, like, where you're going. Like, there's the little dot that you're supposed to follow, which, you know, fine, whatever. But it feels strange not having anything else to, like, guide you. I don't understand where this is. It's got to be above. But how do you... Like, again, this would be completely solved if there were waypoints on kind of where you're going, instead of just like, hey, bozo, here's this red dot. Because I think even, like, the early, like, GTA 3, San Andreas, Vice City, I feel like they had, like, arrows on where you were supposed to be going. I feel like by this point in time, the arrow system was more well adopted. Where is this? Trying to find this thing. I have no clue where this is. Also, I've yet to see, I honestly don't think they even rendered in the characters in this game. It's just been still screenshots. I don't think I've seen a single human, no pedestrians on the side of the road or anything. It's all just cars. Which might be how they saved on budget by not doing any humans, which is possible. Would make sense. Is it like... Where is this? I feel so bamboozled. I don't understand where this is. Like, is it below me, maybe? Do I need to get lower? Not this way. Like, how do I get into the warehouse? I feel like I'm missing how to get into the warehouse right now. I don't think it's the warehouse, because the warehouse is right there and the dot's on the other side of the area. Handsome Rob. I don't feel like I can get any lower here. Is there any hints? Can I see the map? No. No map, nothing. Just dot, huh? It's like right there. How do I get up? Is it a parking garage I can use? Like, how do I get higher? Is this how? Maybe? I don't really know. I had a really hard time finding Handsome Rob. Yeah, what if we just go up as high as possible? We're all the way up here now. Nope, still not high enough because it's not in there. Right? Not in here. No. So we need to somehow get even higher. Because it's not below us. There's nothing below us. It's not in here. That doesn't lead anywhere. Just double check. It's not the warehouse. Nope, not the warehouse. Where? Handsome Rob. Bansome Bob. Bransom Brob. Mr. Detective, if you're still here, next time we hang out, there's an idea for us. We can watch The Italian Job. It'll hopefully be better than the Borderlands movie. Unless it's in here. If Yakuza isn't watchable, yeah, we'll if we have to turn off Yakuza, we'll switch it over to The Italian Job. Oh my god, did I finally find it? Is it here? This is so stupid. It's right there. There we go. Oh my lord. Ugh. Now we gotta get to the traffic center. Great. Can't wait to fail this part and then have to do this again. Oh my lord. This looks promising. Traffic center? This is not the traffic center. Are we on the roof of the traffic center? Where are we? You gotta be shitting me. I want to scream. Oh, it was right there. Now we have to find the, boy. You know, by 2001, Halo had the, like, self-rightening Warthog pretty down. I think Gran Turismo even lets that happen. Yeah, I, like, that's what I'm saying. Even before Halo in 2001, like, in, you know, PS1 Gran Turismo, like, if your car flipped over, you know, it fixed itself. Oh, the Italian job. At least we found it again pretty easily. Alright. Hopefully, this time, that won't happen. Yeah, I gotta double check what day the Yakuza show is, make sure I'm not working, because if we're gonna get through all 4 episodes, I don't really want to come over at 9. That sounds dreadful. So we're back here again. Make this a jump. Nice slow-mo camera. Do we actually make it? We did make it. We don't actually want to be up here. Oh, yes we do. What is this? So dumb. Now we get back to the warehouse. What a... Really hope that's not how that went in the movie. Excuse me. Pardon me. Oh my god. Why? Why would they make the game like this? Why would they not add checkpoints? Like that feels more crippling than most of the like restarting missions. just because it's like a three-parter. This just feels like extra crippling. Didn't swerve in. We still got it though. Okay. Hopefully, we don't get stopped by the cops this time. That would be nice. Or better yet, if we just weren't being found out by the cops, that'd be really great. We know we need to make this jump. Yeah, there we go. Then we need to go up here. For some reason, this was the decision they made, was like they need to drive a car up here. And then they put that little jump there too, so if you're just not going fast enough, you lose forehead. Go around this way. Don't know if that was the play. That felt slower. Oh, apparently that counts as a capture. Okay. It's always like, man, times like this, I wish, like, it's always games or moments like this that I wish was, like, slightly more popular, so, like, I'd have newcomers to come into to, you know, talk to them, like, oh, why did you love Gran Turismo, or, not Gran Turismo, Italian Job, what was your favorite part of the game? You know, things like that. It's just, like, having a bigger audience would have a cause for that. But also, you know, being able to play music and not worry about, like, copyright and whatnot would be nice. However, but it's also at the same time, I'm purposely, you know, don't really want to play music because I'm archiving these, right? Like, the whole point of me doing all this is that people can watch these in the future. I don't know why they'd want to watch this, but they could if they really wanted to. I mean, I guess that's why it's, like, nice to have, like, a co-host, in the sense that some, you know, some streamers or some, you know, YouTubers have a co-host. I haven't heard any licensed music so far yet. But also, I don't know every licensed song. There hasn't been any singing. So I don't think there's any licensed music. Usually, if the game has licensed music, I mean, I'll just, on YouTube, when I upload it, I just have to, like, click a box that's like, you know, yes, this is copyrighted. No, I don't want to make any money on it. I don't make any money on YouTube yet anyways, but, like, I still have to click that box. That's like, that, you know, says, no, don't, this is not all my own creation. Because I'd much rather keep the copyrighted music in on games that have it and let people hear, like, the really good music that was chosen for the game, than make money on it and, like, ruin the experience for people in the future just so I can make a little bit of extra money. Because it's like, again, the whole point of doing all this is I want people to be able to experience this game or whatever game in its fullest, right? Which that requires, me to, take some L's every once in a while and be like, yeah, I'll not make money off of this ever because it has copyrighted music in it. That's just how it is. Thankfully, most games that have copyrighted music aren't usually the most popular, at least on the GameCube, because, all like super popular GameCube games are all like in-house Nintendo games. So, and none of them obviously really have copyrighted music. That's not really Nintendo's thing. Could have went through there. There we go. Down here. I'm doing this completely wrong. We're about to lose this again because I'm going the completely wrong direction. So I cannot find the entrance to the... Yeah, we just lost again because I fucked it. We're never going to escape this level. This is only like level 6 or 7 out of 15 as well. You know what? We're just going to... I don't know if it's my nostalgia glasses talking, but I feel like Simpsons Hit and Run was so much better than this. Maybe that's just me. Actually, yeah, we can go through here. Like, man, Simpsons Hit and Run, what a great game. Yeah, I think this game could just do without, like, the missions specifically like this, where we're not necessarily in a hurry. We're just, getting everything set up for the heist, so we gotta, get over to the station to, like, set up to hack the thing and, drive to get his laptop. Like, maybe when we're getting chased by the cops, we need to, like, get to the safe house, use a timer then. But for times like these, I don't see why a timer was fully necessary. Like, I get it to make that arcade feel and, like, rack up points the faster you go, and, you want to beat your friend's time or whatever. But is that the audience that's buying this game? Like, I assume there's two people that are buying this game. It's people that liked the movie and people that enjoy racing games. And for racing game people, like, yeah, they like timers and stuff, but also is a time attack mode in this and a Grand Prix mode that you can just race and, like, do time attacks. So I feel like that part is covered for those people. So for the people that want to, it happened again. For people that want to experience the movie, is this the best way for them to experience the movie? Like, a part of me says no. Like, if they want to experience the movie, I feel like forcing them to go through, like, the same mission over and over again because they, can't beat the time or whatever, they're not really experiencing the movie at that point, right? Like, I feel like that's what they would want. It's when the movie wasn't enough. I need more. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like... So it's like, yeah, right. You loved the movie so much that you needed more of it, so you picked up the Italian Job video game. And I don't know. I feel like keeping the timer in like the time attack mode and like the Grand Prix mode would make more sense to me than in story mode. Or maybe hell, like if you want time, have an option to have time. Like if you want to, do the missions as fast as possible to like build score or whatever. Because like so far, with the like the missions at least, you have a rating at the end with like points and stuff. But it doesn't seem you can ever get below 0, and so you always just get like a C grade, which it always says pass at the bottom. But I don't think you can fail if you've actually beaten the mission, like gotten to the end of it and like gotten to the score screen. I don't think you can legitimately fail. So I don't really know what the point of it is. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't... I feel like it's not really a way to design a story mode. I mean, we could also just, say cope, you're bad at the game, you're bad at the game. Like, yeah, sure. But just critically looking at the game, it just feels odd. It feels odd to me. And mind you, if we just want to talk just like base racing games, just like at a core mechanic for racing games, you cannot tell me that you made a racing game that does not have a self-writing function. And I'm sorry, like if there is one and I've missed it, you cannot, like I pressed, I'm gonna get cat, yeah. You cannot tell me that it's a certain combination of buttons that I need to press. Like, it should just be L and R or L or Z. Like, I've pressed every button. And it, so it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to stay positive long enough to, like, at least get 2 hours out of this game. And if when we go play this tomorrow, it's the Italian, you're right, it's the Italian button. How could I forget? When I stream tomorrow and I wake up, and if I'm just like, man, I do not want to play this game, maybe we'll just play something else. Because you know what? At the end of the day, it's my stream. And I specifically made a criteria for like games that I either think are unplayable or just not for me or too hard to beat. That is a criteria that I can have. Mind you, I'm trying to keep that as a low as possible number. Like by the end of it all, I mean, I'd like to have less than 50.
Thank you for being such a dear friend.
11 months.
Subscribed for 11 months. What?
Jesus Christ, 11 months. Next month is my 1-year anniversary. My lord. It's just crazy to me. We're on game 58, and it's almost been a year. When I first started this, I was like, oh, this will take me like 4 to 5 years. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was doing the math by like if I did, like 3 or 4 4-hour streams a week, and like each game took me like 8 to 20 hours to beat. I think that was the math. But man, after a year, I don't know. I was gonna say I don't think we'll be able to line up game 60 with my 1-year anniversary. But we will do something special for the 1-year anniversary. I'm not 100% sure yet. If anything, I'll force people to play one of the other Mario parties with me that's not 7. It's maybe like 6. Because 6 is the other really good one. 5 is okay. 4, I despise 4. I hate Mario Party 4 so much. And, you know, not to Nintendo's fault. They didn't really know what they were doing yet. It was the first 3D. Oh, do not. I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh my god, okay. You have to hold down LRZB. We're good. We're good. This is a functioning game. There is a self-rightening function. Holy fuck, Lois. Oh, my lord. And we finally beat this mission after like 30 minutes? Probably like 20. Oh my god. And see, this is what I'm talking about. So there's this score section at the end of this. And then you lose a bunch of it because you did a bunch of damage to everything, whatever. Like, I don't... Even if you got to, like, 0, like, I've gotten to, like, 20k, and I still had to see it passing. So I don't know what the point is. Like, it doesn't look like you can fail. Avoid crashes, got it. To left ear's saloon car, sure. It's also weird that there's only... So, they talked about, like, how many different cars you can drive in this game as, like, a feature being 11. That you get to drive 11 around the streets of LA. Cool. I feel like there being 15 missions and 11 cars, I feel like there should be more cars. At least, like, 15 cars, 15 missions or something. I don't know. Whatever. Collect the explosives for the driving range, sure. But again, what do I know? Yeah, no, this is based on... Cool. This is based on the movie The Italian Job, which I've never seen the movie. I don't know, Detective, he could answer if this is a good rendition, if this is, a faithful remake of the movie. But, yeah, no, it just... Oh, I ran out of time. I wasn't even paying attention to the clock. Cool. Yeah, there is no people. There's like screenshots from the movie where you can see the actors, but there's not a single pedestrian on the road. You can't see inside any of the cars. It is just cars. Just cars. Which I think in my mind why I instantly was like, Simpsons Hit and Run was way better, in my opinion. And if you want a pure car game, even like the Fast and the Furious I played like 30 games ago, I felt was even better than this. I don't know. I mean, I got this game for $12. I feel like I can't be that upset with it. For $12, it's fine, right? It works. That was cool. It works. It's like from my guess, it is following the beats of the game. You know, I'm not 100% sure because I haven't seen the movie, or not beats of the game, beats of the movie. Because I mind you, I haven't 100% seen the movie, so I don't fully know. Man, this is a really tight timer. My lord. Like, I was right there, but I felt like I didn't really screw up a lot. Jesus. The, yeah, it's a card game. And it plays fine. I mean, it's always one of those things that I think about, like, retail price for this, that I hope nobody bought this for full retail price, and I'm hoping anyone that played it got it via Blockbuster. Because, like, the idea of paying full price for this game, and I don't even... Anyone that, like, maybe is a bit older than me, do any of you remember, like, I'm having a hard time remembering the retail price of GameCube games. Were there different prices, or were they all, like, 40 or 60? Was it 60 or was it 40? I don't know. I can't really remember. Because, I mean, at the point when, like, you know, from 2001 to 2006, when this was the prominent console, I was 7 years old when the Wii came out, and the Wii was kind of my main first system that I really played on. The GameCube sure was like my first system I played on. For a long time I played on, because I didn't get the Wii day one or anything. I'd say 60 each for the most part. My lord. Oh, God. Maybe it's like, I'm just thinking of just a different time era that I'm just spoiled for games. But the idea of, like, you know, $60 for a game like this, that for $60, you got a game with 15 missions about a movie and, like, a bracing and time attack mode. I guess, I mean, you look at, like, even nowadays, I remember, like, when I worked at the game store, I remember, like, when Fast and the Furious, like, Off-Road Fury came out for PS4, and, whoops. I remember that coming out, and it was $60 when it came out. Nobody bought it. That's for $60. That was not, you know, nobody bought it. A few people did, obviously. According, seeing as 50. Okay, I mean, still, $50 in 2003 is what, like 70 or something bucks nowadays, I think. But, I mean, I don't know. Because nobody bought the Fast and Furious game really when it came out 60 for PS4. Eventually, when it got down to like $20, I could recommend it. So it's one of those things where, did anyone buy this at full price? Probably some people that really were in love with the movie. But I feel like this is definitely like a bargain bin game, right? That, you know, even paying $12 for this feels a bit crazy. Like, I feel like you could probably have picked this game up for, like, $4.99. It was probably a game, like, if I were to go to a GameStop and, like, try to trade it in when I was a kid, I'm assuming GameStop might have not taken it or given me, like, 50 cents. You know? But it's definitely, like, a bargain bin game, right? But it's the time period where every game or every movie had to have a game that came out with it. So, I mean, it was pretty par for the course for, like, this movie tie-in game. So I feel like we because you don't really see movie tie-in games that much. Like, imagine if, like, the new Deadpool and Wolverine movie, like, as it was coming out, they announced also, like, oh, hey, we're making a video game for it. Like, that would be weird, right? You don't really see that anymore. Like, that'd be kind of strange to see. Oh, cool, I'm gonna fail this. Yeah, because he had to go into the warehouse, which was right there. Yeah, cool. N64 games were around 70-75. So goddamn GameCube was steal. Yeah, it's crazy to think, right? And I feel like a lot of people kind of forgot. Like, we look at $70 games for GameCube now, or like Tears of the Kingdom being like $70, right? And it's like, okay, Tears of the Kingdom, $70. And like everyone was outraged. But then we look at, Ocarina of Time, which is, arguably some people's like favorite Zelda game, was also like $75. And not to compare them, but, arguably Tears of the Kingdom had more in it. Just saying. But you look at, $75 in like 98 when that game came out to now, it'd be like $110 or something. So it's like, the game pricing is a weird thing. I feel like the only games that really had a discounted price was like Game Boy games and DS games for a while. I think 3DS, 3DS also had, it was Game Boy DS and 3DS, like new games were like $40. Which always kind of felt nice getting like, getting a Pokemon game. Like I remember getting, Pokemon games for like $40. That felt good, It didn't feel awful. But yeah, it's always interesting to think relatively like this game being, $50 when it launched. And as a kid, I assume, and it was just a better experience being able to like, because nowadays, I guess there's like GameStop, I guess, where you can get like a pre-owned game to try out. But even then, it's so much more expensive than like just going to Blockbuster and renting the game for the weekend for, I don't know, $10. So it's strange, right? I don't know. Like this time period, you could make a lot of these games because of, you just rent them. And nowadays with like indie games and stuff, there are those cheaper option games, but they're still like, big titled games. Like if you want to try the new Call of Duty for yourself, I guess that's why like streaming and like video reviews of games took off so much, because if you wanted to try, like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 comes out at the end of October, right? If you want to try that game out, they don't really do demos anymore. They do beta tests and stuff, so you could have played like the open beta. But what if you don't care about the multiplayer and you want to try out the zombies mode, right? Okay, well, they're not going to have like a free play weekend in zombies for, months. So to try out zombies, you either risk spending the $70 to buy the game, right? Or you watch a streamer or YouTuber play it and you get their opinion on it. Because they have unlimited money to like buy the game, or they get given the game for free by the company. And then, they're paid to review it, which again can be risky to watch people that are getting paid to review games, because why would you believe them at that point? So it's it can be a bit risky to trust people like that, So it's always one of those things that it's hard to say if, because like you're stuck watching someone else play the game that you want to try, and they can make it look better than it is until you actually get your hands on it, because there's a different level of watching someone play a game in a community where people are talking to them and you're laughing and stuff with that person, compared to when like you get your hands on and you're playing it by yourself. is that going to be the same experience, right? Or it's like, for example, you know, my one buddy's nephew, you know, they'll play games together or whatever, and you know, they'll sit down and play a game, and he's like, oh, I haven't seen this game before. It's like, oh, I've already watched the whole thing on, you know, YouTube or whatever. And it's like, is that enjoyable? Is it? Like, if that's what you want to do, I mean, I guess, but I don't know. It seems, it's a weird time period, I guess. I guess it's a similar aspect of, like, if you know, bought a guidebook for the game you just got, and you just flip to the final page. Same thing, I guess. But, I don't know. It always just feels a little strange to me. Like, when people... I sit down... It's like when I always... One of my biggest pet peeves... Well, we'll just take Destiny, for example. Also, sorry we're not talking about this game, because I'm having a miserable time stuck on this level, and it's not fun. Anyways, these side conversations are keeping me sane. You look at, like, Destiny, or Pokemon, or any, like, big game that a shit ton of people play. And there's a bunch of different ways to play said games. If you... I don't like the people that take the time to basically go out of their way to look up like video guides or like build guides on like how to make the best character in Destiny, or like what are the best Pokemon to use for this game, or, you know, what's the meta item. I don't like that. I don't like when people don't think for themselves and like make their own thing. Like, sure, you know, maybe what you made might be worse than the thing that, you know, people are spend hundreds of hours figuring out because they're literally paid to stream and figure stuff out for the game. I get it, you know, yours might not be as cool as like what they came up with, but at the same time, don't you want to feel like good about yourself? That, like, you came up with something, right? Like, for example, you know, we're talking Destiny, for example. You know, my favorite gun is the Outbreak, which, for people that don't play Destiny, they'll have no clue what I'm talking about. But for people that do know, favorite gun in the game is the Outbreak. Never once have I ever watched, like, a video on it, hearing... you know, streamers or whatever like rave about how good it is. 'Cause it's like, I mean, I don't care what they think. I personally am happy with, you know, just knowing that I like it. That I don't need to know what others think about it. So it's just one of those things that I wish more people played a game for themselves and like figured things out themselves. Like, it's, you know, that's what I kind of miss, the days before the, you know, big internet and streaming. That, you know, if it wasn't for streaming, mind you, I wouldn't, oh well, I actually got a B. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now and, like, you know, archive all GameCube games. But at the same time, it just, I miss the days of, like, going into class or, like, being on the playground. Hold on. And then, I think my big thing is I wish... Like, I just miss the days of, like, you know, talking on the playground about, like, things in a video game, or just, like, talking to your buddies about, like, different things they found that was really cool. Like, that's the stuff I enjoy. I'm tired of... I hate when I have a conversation with somebody about Pokemon or Destiny, and they're like, oh, did you watch, you know, this hit YouTuber talk about this hit build or this hit Pokemon? and like that's what everyone's using now. It's like, okay, cool, I guess, but that's not like why don't you figure it out for yourself? I don't know. It just feels strange, man. I don't know. I just want people to think for themselves a bit more when it comes to like video games and try out their own things and just enjoy it, right? I just remember in all the zombies I've played, there's always a gun that like I find that I really, really end up liking. And sometimes the gun I find I end up liking is like the meta choice. Sometimes it's not. But it was still like my decision I made. Which, you know, is what it is. Well, Steve sent his goons after us. Oh. Where am I going? Am I going to the warehouse? God, I hate this stupid rental car. Now we're going past the... I don't know where we're going. Going to the golf course? Yeah, we are. We might... Let me go to the home screen here, because now I'm curious, see if I can count the missions, because I want to know where we are. Because we might be able to finish this tonight. But you see what I mean? Like, there's a circuit racing and a stunt racing, and even a time trial, and free roam. So it's like, I don't know, it just seems strange to me that the story mode has a timer. I don't know. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're on the 10th mission, so I have 5 missions left. Yeah, we probably beat it tonight. Probably gonna have to go for a drink here pretty soon, because all the yelling about gaming has, the gold. Yeah, it's weird. Like, you know, we're in the subway now, right? And, like, I get why, we can't, there's no people. From, like, a standpoint for, like, the purpose of, like, game rating, right? You can't, you don't want us running people over, right? Like, I get it. I feel like we're going to be on this mission for a while, since he's going as fast as us. Why not, though? I mean, fair, but also it's like, we're going to restart this. If we put in being able to run people over, that puts us up to an M-rated game, which I'd be fine. I mean, I don't know what this movie was rated. I'm assuming this movie was PG. There's no way this movie was rated R. There's not a chance. I mean, maybe, but I feel like this could very easily be PG-13. Rated M for good. True. Man, imagine if GTA was on the GameCube. What a world that would be, huh? There aren't a lot of rated M games on the GameCube, which makes sense. I mean, that's always kind of been Nintendo's thing. They don't really make or put out a lot of M-rated games on their systems. It's just not something they like doing. There are a few, though. I know specifically one that I might try to get for Halloween, which is why did my thing, why is my display not, what just happened? Did my internet just go out? Looks like it did. Huh. Well, YouTube is still here. I mean, nobody's gonna watch this VOD. This is who's calling me. Hello.
Did your internet die, bro?
It sure did. So now I'm just sitting here talking to YouTube, trying to get it to work. I mean, if it goes down, I guess that was, no more Italian job for tonight, but I'm trying to get it back up. Oh, wait. I think it's back.
Okay, back? Alright.
Yeah, okay, bye.
I'll get it off. Yeah.
Alright, bye. I think we're back. It looks like we're back. We're back. All right, cool. Man, I was almost free of this game. But, you know, it got me to get a drink. My throat was starting to hurt a little bit from all this yapping. But don't worry, we're back. Didn't want people to have to lose out on an Italian job. Thankfully, because this game's old as dirt, 20 years old this year, I didn't have to worry about the fact that, getting disconnected from the servers, which, what a weird concept, right? Of like games nowadays where it's like, oh, you're playing a game and your internet cut out for half a second. Too bad. You're done, son. It's true. We don't, yeah. But thankfully we're back. Well, thankfully for us, I guess, for this game, I could be without it. But, yeah, I looked over to check, thankfully, and I noticed it was out. I don't know, it was a weird little, like, freeze. I don't know what happened. Just in time for me to continuously lose this race to Jason Statham. Which, again, why are we racing each other? Why do I have to win the race? We're on the same team? Why can't it just be like a friendly side objective to get more points if I do win the race, right? I don't know why I specifically have to win. Feels a bit weird. Oh, that actually, the we don't own anything brings up a perfect point. So, Pal World, obviously, is getting finally, Nintendo originally wasn't going to sue them because they just, were like, oh, we're not going to sue every little thing that tries to copy us. Obviously got huge, made a bunch of money because the game's actually really good, and I really enjoyed playing through Pal World and 100%ing it. I really wish they would have done is they really should have made a physical version of the game. Like, we look at my two other favorite, like, Pokemon clone games, which is Temtem and Nexomon. I have physical copies of both those games. One, because I liked them, and I just, I like getting physical copies for games that I like. Two, if the game ever gets shut down by Nintendo or something, having that physical will let me still play it because I own it. So it's just one of those things that I wish I wish Pal World would have made a physical before like all this shit happened to them. At least, and I guess that argument can kind of be debunked because, like, Temtem and Nexomon are both on Switch. I own the Switch version for both of them, actually, and I own the Xbox version for both of them as well. Like, so they have physicals on Switch. They would never, Nintendo wouldn't... If Nintendo wanted to get rid of them, they wouldn't have made them made a version on, like, the Switch. Obviously, Pal World's not on the Switch. I definitely don't think it's going to be on the Switch now. So it's one of those things where it's like... Damn. It's one of those things where... It's just really important for studios to make physicals. However, the issue is with some physical games that are like pure online games, like the newer Call of Duties, which is just a load of horse shit. Even if you own the disc, half the time the disc is just like a digital key or a physical key to play the game. Like the game's not even on there. Which is a real shame. Because like it makes it to where archiving a lot of these games is going to get a hell of a lot harder if the servers go down for them. And like, sure, Microsoft has specifically said like, oh, we're making more of our Xbox exclusive games available on Steam because we want, you know, for game preservation purposes. Like, yeah, that's great. But the issue is with that, what if Steam goes down, which probably won't, but you never know. And then secondly, if the game needs to be taken down for copyright reasons, like expired music's licensing, or, you know, there was something unintended in the game that was like super like no, and they just had to remove it from stores because it was either like failed, like Concord or something, or there was some like really like bad nudity thing, or it was really graphic and they had to pull it. Okay, well, if that's the case, then even on Steam it's a digital purchased item, you don't own it physically. And if it's just a key for the game to play, and the whole game itself is like on disk, or on, like, you know, the cloud or whatever, how do you preserve that, right? So I guess that's a part of me is why I'm doing this whole preservation thing. So at least I have like recorded evidence of this games if inevitably like Nintendo takes on all ROMs of these games, and or all the GameCube games succumb to disk rot. So it's just, I don't know, I don't like the excuse of companies saying like, oh, we're just putting it on Steam so that helps preserve it. Like, that's not, I don't know if that's true. Like, it helps, sure, because Steam, I mean, Steam for the foreseeable future is not, you know, is not going anywhere. And they're pretty good about keeping basically all games on there. And even like old games that aren't sold anymore, they still allow you to, like, if you have the key for it, they still allow you to like play the game, right? Which is good. But at the same time, it comes down to the issue of physical games. Physical games, at least back in the day, you owned that game, right? Maybe you couldn't connect to whatever online feature was on the game, but you still owned it. So any single player content you could play. And not having that option with newer games is really bad. I don't know. Again, it's developers not wanting to make completed games, hence why, you know, we live in a world where they'd rather just constantly update the game, because when the game actually launches for $70 or whatever, the game's not finished. So they don't want to have to finish it. They'd rather just sell an incomplete version and update it over time, and then eventually when the new one comes out, stop updating the old one. And if it becomes a buggy mess, they don't really care because, you know, there's the new one being sold, so they can just let the old one fall into disarray, which is a shame. So, I don't know. Also, I don't know how I'm going to beat this, because at this point now, it is 2 back-to-back races. And like, this one I barely won. And now there's a second one that I wasn't even close on. Like, why? Why are these races? Whatever. I feel like I've given up trying to find a highlight of this game. I've decided I just don't really like it. Just whatever. I'm just glad when the stream cut off, my recording software doesn't need internet to work, so that, you know, the recording will all still be fluid, so I don't have to worry about, like, the recording being broken up. Which is good. Tomorrow's a big Destiny update, and I'm actually, I think for once in the longest time, I'm not gonna be playing the game day one tomorrow. I don't care. And you know what? It feels honestly kind of liberating. It's strange. You know, surely tomorrow or not tomorrow, when Iron Banner comes around, I'll play that because I have to keep my title gilded or whatever. And I also, like, one of the few game modes left in that game I actually really enjoy is Iron Banner because it feels like very much like a playground PvP experience. But the story is just not interesting anymore to me, which it's kind of relieving, like, not caring. More importantly, a new character on my Star Wars phone game comes out tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. And then also, I need to... there's a few Lego minifigures that are like singles that I really need to buy for my collection that are kind of expensive, but I really want them for my collection, and they're just going to get more and more expensive if I take too long in buying them. Then I also need to look at my calendar because this, about 40 or so days from now, my buddy Blue is going to be coming to around where I live for like 4 or 5 days. So I got to use up some PTO and take off to hang out with him for, 4 or 5 days and show him around. So I have to, I'm looking forward to it. There's a lot of fun things we can do. It'll be fun to hang out. I'll have to play in Smash Brothers. After all these years, the reason why I hated you at first for you liking Little Mac. We can finally see, was it worth it? God damn it. Yes, it'll be fun. I think I have enough I'll probably like half PTO it, half just say I'm not gonna be working. Oh, Little Mac is so bad. To be fair, my favorite character is Ganondorf, which is also like bottom tier right next to Little Mac, so it works out. All the fun characters are the bad ones. Just how it is. All the fun hit hard unga bunga characters. All the good characters are like the light characters that can just combo forever, that do like no damage. You just have to combo them people forever. Yeah, I'll probably have to use like 2 days of PTO, and then maybe the other 2 days I'm just like, hey, I can't come in, smile. Who's the main in Brawl? In Brawl, Ike. I just play Ike was my main guy in Brawl. Again, talking about like, meta information, and where like you could just like Google things to see what the best character was. Me and all my friends, none of us knew like how good Meta Knight was back in the day, because none of us like understood how to like use him. So, to us, we're stuck. To us, Meta Knight, we always just thought, Lucas, oh man, fucking love Lucas. We can play some Brawl. I can get Brawl hooked up. I love Brawl. Yeah, it was one of those things where it was like, I had no clue growing up that Meta Knight was good, because it didn't cross my mind. Like, as a kid, I honestly think none of us played him. We all kind of thought he was bad. Since the thing with Meta Knight was, like, if you used any of his, like, B moves over ledge, it would exhaust him, so you couldn't, like, do another one over ledge. And we always just thought that was kind of bad. So we didn't really like him. Because we didn't, like, as kids really understand fully, like, what an up air was or an A neutral was and stuff. I think that's what made Meta Knight good, was that you could just spam up air repeatedly and just float somebody off the map. Which was something, we didn't really understand as kids. But, nowadays when I go back and play Brawl and I'm like, juggling level 9 computers, and I'm like, oh, this is stupid. That's what I'm saying. Playground Meta Knight was bad. Like Pro League Meta Knight, yeah, he's like double X tier. But like Playground Meta Knight was not good. The Playground meta was like the big dudes, right? You know, like there was, you know, Bowser and his side B was amazing. You could just rip somebody off the map and just take a stock from them. The Snake with his rocket launcher was phenomenal. Link was great because of all of his projectiles, like his up air. You know, Samus was good because she was cute and, like, you know, had the big beam you could shoot. This was just like, you know, it's really always fun thinking like the Playground meta compared to, you know, what was actually good. I just like an Ultimate. That Ultimate, they left Ultimate in almost like a near perfect spot where like every character, obviously there are characters that are better than others. Like there are top, you know, characters that are the best, like Steve, for example. But I feel like every character in Ultimate has won a national tournament. Every character. So like that just goes to show every character is playable, which is cool, right? Like they did a good job with that. Which I'm glad they did. Oh. Because it was always like, you know, it was always kind of shitty feeling like playing a character that was inherently not good. And it's like, well, he's not good, so you just, you know, don't play him. I think it's always one of the big problems with like Pokemon, where Pokemon, at least in like PvE mode, you can make any Pokemon good in PvE. It's just that simple. But like PvP and like playing against friends and stuff, it can be a bit more difficult because there are just arguably like Pokemon that have worse stats, right? And that's always kind of a shame. Is that, you know, using your favorite Pokemon isn't always a choice you can have, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. There's a third race here. I'm gonna cry, by the way. Oh, I just threw so hard. The end is right inside that gate. God damn it. Like, it feels like I've been here forever. But again, the timer for these is like, you know, the second part is like 45 seconds, is a minute. So it's like, it's really like we haven't been here that long, but it feels like forever. And if you ever need a few days away from Sake's house, Blue, let me know. My mom said it was fine if you needed a place to stay for a few days. If you ever need time away from Luna and Gigi and Sake. Love of God. Yeah, I'm not sure how Zach wants to do it. If he wants to do like joint custody, or, you know, I don't know. Zach doesn't. He doesn't care that I say his real name. I say his name when I play Mario Party with him. Zach, he doesn't plan as much as I do. I feel like I'm already in my head like, oh, we should do this and this and this and this, and I have like ideas for it all in my head. So I'm not sure what he has planned. I'll have to, you know, when we get closer, talk to him on like, obviously, you know, we'll go to the falls and we'll do a couple like local like restaurants that are like important to go to, and we'll, you know, do things like that. So I'm 100% sure. Then next year, hopefully around my birthday, Loki is going to come and visit, which will be cool. Oh, yeah, I need to get you something. Oh, I mean, yeah, I mean, you honestly could just wait, you know. We'll be going to plenty of, like, cool places over when you get here. You can always just, like, get me something then, or, you know, bring something with you. You don't have to worry about it right now, you know. You give me the honey hot secret recipe. Sell it to our code for $10 bajillion. Don't think I got enough speed here to catch up. Yeah. Fuck. I wonder in the movie, because I'm assuming in the movie they drive through the subway, like they wouldn't just add this. Are there people in the movie? I wonder. Oh my lord. Or did they do this at? Well, no, the subway doesn't close. It's not. That's not. At least I don't think the subway ever closes. Never lived in a big city. I don't know if the subway. I'm assuming that there's not a single shot in my mind that the subway isn't running 24/7. Like, there's no way. So like, I don't know when they would be doing this. So in the movie, I'm assuming there's people they're avoiding. I don't know. I don't know how much later you're going to be up, Blue, but I'm probably going to try this for about another half an hour. And then if you wanted to, I don't know if you wanted to play some Terraria or just talk and hang out. It's up to you. Mm-hmm. I do not think that's a shortcut. No. And I bet you, I can almost bet you, past this, like that second race, I'm assuming there's a third one. Like, I can almost guarantee that there is in fact, a third one. Which truly terrifies me. And I'm getting really good at this race. I smoked him that time. It's just this one that I've only really won, in quotations, once. If I didn't hit that great right at the end, I would have won it, but... I feel like I just cannot catch up to this car. And like, there's no shortcuts to take that it's, you know, it's taking the fastest route is the problem. So I feel like I don't have really a chance of catching up at this point. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh! Uh-oh. You know, directly on my ass. However, I did so good for the rest of the race that we're good. And we just gotta lose this one again. I feel like I get like a little bit more speed if I drive on, you know, actual land almost. Yeah, I feel like I do. Why is his Cooper faster than mine? Or, like, heavier than mine, that he was able to just push me out of the way like that? Girls back full week of not being here. You cool if I do that since I'm not really feeling Terraria? Yeah, you're good. You are Gucci, my man. If you also ever want to play anything else, we can always when I mean, yeah. I'm always down to play other things, you know. But yeah, I know you haven't gotten to talk to the missus recently, so not gonna harp on you for that. Fucking why do they do this? Why? Get out of here. Oh my god, I hate these bots. So annoying. Whoops. Yeah, I'll probably have to pick this up tomorrow. Also have to find more co-op games that you're interested in, Blue, that you can play on stream with me. Fucking Narnia. Alright, this is my last. Got 3 more tries in me, Chad, of getting 3 more tries at Charlie. These Jason Statham tries, like I gotta get to Charlie at least. 3 more actually like Charlie tries, and then I'm gonna call it. Yeah, that's what I'll do tonight. Maybe I should watch this movie. Maybe it'll make me better at the game. Oops. That almost... If I wasn't so far ahead, that would have cost me the race right there, honestly, not taking the jump. So far, so good. That... I had to say something, because that fucked me right there, because the AI doesn't crash. So I... don't think I can win this now. If I can somehow catch up to him here. Nope. Let's try number 1 on Charlie. Shouldn't have opened my fat mouth. What are these particle effects I just noticed? It's like when the car gets hit, just a bunch of like red pixels come off the car. I guess supposed to be like pieces of the car, I guess. But it does look very strange. I guess you're not really supposed to like see them for less than like, you know, a quarter of a second or whatever. So it looks kind of weird when you see them, you stare at them. At least I have this race, like, you know, memorized now. Say that as I almost lost. Slow me down a little bit, it's fine though. Okay. Do not be another race, please. Just be over. I think we beat it. Oh, please. Oh. So now we have to do the whole thing that we just did the practice of. Then we gotta do the whole thing again. And I can't click retry mission because if I do, it's all the way back at the beginning. Why is Charlie such a good driver? God. Fuck. Why did they have to make a second? Like, why did they have to do this part? So infuriating. We're so far ahead. It'd be nice if I'd hope if it was just like, you know, get to the end. Not necessarily racing, but yeah. I guess puts you if it puts me all the way back at the beginning here. Yeah, it does. Yeah, okay. We'll pick this up again tomorrow. Try again tomorrow for an hour or so, and if we don't get it tomorrow, we'll move on to a different game. Just call it a do. But, you know, not gonna give up until I've given a real try. Film stills, concept art, gallery, development, credits, films. Please story mode unlock. Please story mode. Please story. Okay, sure. Hi, chat. Hopefully, I will see some of you tomorrow. Blue, have fun talking to the missus. Everyone else, I will see you all tomorrow for more Job of the Italian variety. Chat. 07. Love you guys so much. Thanks for being here.